Billionaires pay no taxes, and they do it using this simple scheme. Billionaires buy and hold on to assets of real value. They have to pay taxes on when they buy, by the way, but that's beside the point. They buy the things, they hold on to real value, they borrow against the real value, the asset class, and then they spend the debt money, the money that they have borrowed that is accumulating interest in debt, and then they just die and that interest in debt goes away. Is there any relevance to this tax scheme?
First of all, I don't even know where this comes from. This is a recent phenomenon where the leftist Democrats in the United States Congress came up with this buy, borrow, die fallacy. And there's no question that people buy assets and borrow against the assets. Middle income Americans do it all the time. Ever hear of a home equity line of credit? People do this all the time with assets that have equity in them. They borrow against the assets. The thing is this, when you buy an asset, whether it's an individual asset like your home or a business asset like an office building, or a rich guy buys a home, let's say he buys a $50 million home. People buy these assets with after-tax income. All right, you have to earn the money first, pay the tax on the money. When you get it, then you can invest the money in assets to produce other income. So right away, we've got an asset that's acquired only as a result of earning income that you paid taxes on in the first place. All right, so that's number one. Now, when you get a loan on an asset, whether it's a $100 loan on a credit card or a $100 million loan to buy an office building, you have to pay back the loan. Number one is you got to pay back the loan, and there's interest on the loan. Now, when you pay back a loan, Josh, it's paid back in two parts, principal and interest. The interest is a tax deduction only if it's business spending. So what Wyden says here is that these billionaires borrow the money and use that money to enhance their lifestyle. Let's say they borrow against the asset and use the money to enhance their lifestyle. In that case, the interest on the loan is not deductible because personal interest used to finance your lifestyle is not deductible. They're not getting a tax break on that. If it's used for business, business interest is always a tax deduction. And it's never been a situation where the United States government tried to tax businesses on gross receipts and not net business income. The interest used to fund operating expenses for a business or to buy capital assets for a business has always been tax deductible. There's simply no question about that. All right, here's the other thing. What if you don't pay the loan back? If you don't pay the loan back, there's a tax liability that kicks in on forgiveness of debt. If they don't pay the debt, there can be an income tax liability